Thank you for watching this video on the GPA Reports and Matching process. In this video, we will review what is an unmatched GPA, the GPA reports, the process of editing and matching GPAs, and WebGrants for students. Since the March 2nd Cal Grant deadline has passed, all GPAs should have been uploaded. However, GPA matching can continue past the March 2nd deadline. The GPA matching window is October 1st through April 30th, which coincides with the opening of the upcoming academic year for the FAFSA and CADA and the closure of the editing functionality. It is the high school's responsibility to upload, edit, and match GPAs and verify the high school graduation of students who do not self-certify via their WebGrants for Students portal. The matching and editing process can begin 24 hours after GPAs have been uploaded for students who have submitted their FAFSA or California Dream Act application. The matching process can continue after the March 2nd deadline through the end of September. To view GPA reports, you will need WebGrants access. Every year, schools upload 2 sets of GPAs for the upcoming academic year, one set for current seniors and the second set for prior year grads. For current seniors, keep in mind that students are still in their senior year when you begin uploading GPAs, so the GPAs are calculated using just sophomore and junior grades. It's not until students have completed their senior year and become what we call 1-year outs that we can upload senior grades. So GPAs for your 1-year outs are calculated with sophomore, junior, and senior grades. Most of your past year graduates don't realize that they need a GPA uploaded the year after they graduate from high school if they didn't get a Cal Grant the year they graduated. Uploading GPAs for your 1-year out students is important because oftentimes including their senior grades will put a student over the 2.0 or 3.0 GPA minimums for a Cal Grant award. We recommend that you upload these GPAs electronically and that you always upload GPAs for your past graduates in a separate upload. Once again, pay close attention to the graduation date, as putting the wrong grad date is a very common error. For students who have graduated high school the year prior, remember to only use completed coursework from the 10th grade, summer after 10th grade, 11th grade, the summer after 11th grade, senior year, and the summer after their senior year. All other rules still apply as with the current seniors. Finally, you typically won't need to upload a student's GPA again, that is a third time, after you have uploaded it their senior year and the year following their graduation. What is an unmatched GPA? As some of you may know, unmatched GPAs result when the demographic data submitted with the GPA differs from the data submitted by the students on their FAFSA or DREAM Act application. The most common reason for GPA mismatches are discrepancies in their name. For example, students with dual names may use multiple versions of their name, as we can see with this student, Miguel Hernandez Garcia. Students will sometimes input their date of birth incorrectly too. In the US, the common format for date is month, day, year, whereas other parts of the world may use day, month, year format. Discrepancies in other demographic data, such as house number and street name, city, zip, or other items will cause GPA mismatches as well, so it is essential that schools are resolving all unmatched GPAs. Providing your seniors with the name and address the school or district intends to use to upload their GPA is recommended. This will alert the student to what will be on the GPA upload and allow them to either request a name change at the school or to use the exact same name on their application if it is correct. This can be done by providing your students with the GPA demographic verification form, which can be accessed via CSAC's webpage and is available in the resources section of the workbook. You will want to contact us early if you anticipate a matching issue because of a name change or any other change that would prevent a student from matching. Also, you can remind students that one small error with their name or date of birth on their financial aid application may result in weeks of delay in being processed for award consideration. You can also remind students to double-check whatever forms of identification they have before completing a financial aid application. Remember, the college will want their award to be in the same name as their IDs. It is written into statute that the application process for a Cal Grant A or B requires both a financial aid application and a matched GPA. Students with unmatched GPAs will only be considered for Cal Grant C, which is specific to vocational or technical trade programs, and it is the only Cal Grant that does not require a GPA. You can help by ensuring that all GPAs are uploaded by March 2nd, and you can manually link unmatched GPAs weekly between October 1st and March 2nd. Before you jump in, there are a lot of great tools on our website. There are record layout guides that can be used for proper formatting of GPA upload documents. We have a new and really helpful GPA matching and editing reference guide that covers everything you need to know for GPA matching. The GPA demographic verification form that was just mentioned, you can provide this to seniors prior to uploading to ensure your campus has the most current student information. There's also the Cal Grant GPA opt-out form, which is where schools are required to provide this no later than January of the student's junior year. There's the Non-SSN GPA Excel template, which can be used to create a text file to prepare your file for GPA upload. However, this is only needed if your school's student information system does not produce an upload-ready text file. Finally, the high school GPA calculation has detailed information on failing grades. In this section, we will go over GPA reports. The various GPA reports will help you to confirm GPA uploads, identify unmatched GPAs, identify incomplete financial aid applications, and identify awarded students. The Non-SSN GPA Status Report is the most comprehensive report, and it provides all the data that high school counselors need to successfully edit and match GPAs. In addition to identifying records that are unmatched, this report also identifies students who have yet to submit a financial aid application, so it can be a tool for use in outreach efforts to remind students to submit a FAFSA or DREAM Act application by the Cal Grant deadline for maximum financial aid consideration. However, even if they miss the Cal Grant deadline, students should still be encouraged to submit their financial aid application. Keep in mind that other aid is still available beyond the March 2nd or September 2nd Cal Grant deadlines. The federal Pell Grant, work study, and other aid, such as the California College Promise Grant, university grants, Chafee grants, and some scholarships will still be available. Students should be mindful, however, of deadlines for other types of aid. After logging into your WebGrants portal, under the Cal Grant menu, you will select Data Transfer and then click on Report Download. When you click Search to see all reports, a list of 8 different GPA reports will display. Many of the reports show duplicate data, so we will just focus on the 4 reports most widely used. If you are seeking out a particular report, you can choose it from the Report drop-down menu and then press Search. If you do not already have access and need to access these reports, please contact your campus WebGrants system administrator. The administrator has expanded access to add new WebGrants user accounts. Notice that there are 2 media types, data file and report. The report layout has page numbers, column headers, and is made for easy reading and printing. The data file layout is intended for importing into Excel for easy filtering and sorting. For the Non-SSN GPA upload report, you will notice that it provides the date that the batch was uploaded in the top right-hand corner. The batch number and the total count of GPAs is listed on the bottom of the page. The batch number will be important if you need to contact school support to delete duplicate batches. As mentioned earlier, the Non-SSN GPA Status Report is the most comprehensive report available, and the only report needed for the GPA matching process. The report is produced 24 hours after GPAs are uploaded and identifies matched GPA records, unmatched records, and students whose FAFSA or DREAM Act application have yet to be submitted. You'll notice that current seniors and previous graduates who list your high school on the FAFSA or DREAM Act application are conveniently sorted by graduation year. Notice the 2 columns labeled Match and Matched Fields. For the match column indicators, yes means that the GPA matched to a financial aid application. This student will be considered for the Cal Grant, so no further action is needed. You can outreach to students with no and no app in the match column. No means the GPA and financial aid application do not match. Partially matched fields are identified in the adjacent matched fields column. If you are unsuccessful in matching these students' records, you will want to contact them to request their student aid report for use in editing GPAs to mirror the SAR or CalSAR. Please note the Edit GPA screen is only available from October 1st to April 30th. If matching GPAs outside of this window, all steps are the same with the exception of omitting the editing function. No app means no application was found in the WebGrants system because the student has not yet submitted a FAFSA or DREAM Act application. You can outreach to students prior to March 2nd to remind them to submit the application before the Cal Grant deadlines. However, if your student has already missed the deadline, encourage them to submit their financial aid application anyway. You'll find instructions and tips on the GPA matching process in our GPA Matching and Editing Reference Guide. Submitting duplicate or triplicate GPAs causes GPA report counts and data to be skewed. This is the same non-SSN GPA status report we just viewed, but we can see that this school submitted 3 GPAs for nearly every student. This makes reports very messy and difficult to determine which students have matched or unmatched GPAs. We have added line breaks and highlighted matched GPAs to make it easy to see, but your reports will not be this clean. Duplicate GPAs cannot be removed from reports unless the school requests to have duplicate identical batches deleted. To request this, schools can email school support at csac.ca.gov with the batch numbers. Please use care when uploading GPAs to prevent errors like this. The Student Summary Report shows the award status of students whose GPAs were uploaded. It also indicates whether the GPA was uploaded or manually keyed, and lists batch ID numbers of the uploaded GPAs. You can use this report to assist with outreach to students with incomplete financial aid applications. Looking at the App Stat column, no EFC means no expected family contribution was calculated due to an incomplete application. Typically, this status is because of a missing parent signature. The late indicator is useful if students ask why they weren't awarded the Cal Grant, but is also a great reminder to still submit a financial aid application so they don't miss out on any other aid. The report can also be used to identify awarded students in the AWD column. At the bottom of the report, the record count offers a detailed breakdown of total students, matched records, number awarded, and late applications. This school did a great job. They matched all but one of the GPAs. Please note that this report includes any student who listed your high school code on their financial aid application. As a result, some of the students may be former graduates, not just currently enrolled seniors. The last report that we will look at is the Financial Application No GPA report. This report displays students under 20 years of age who submitted a FAFSA or DREAM Act application and listed your school as a high school attended, but whose GPAs were not submitted to the Commission. This is useful to ensure that all of your students' GPAs were uploaded. Now that you know how to use reports, let's move on to the actual GPA matching process. We have a new and helpful matching and editing guide that covers how to identify mismatched records, how to manually match GPAs to financial aid applications, how to edit GPAs, and also provides helpful FAQs. High schools are responsible for editing and matching unmatched GPAs. First, they will identify unmatched GPAs using the non-SSN GPA status report. Next, they will match the GPA to the FAFSA or DREAM Act application using the non-SSN to Fin App Match screen. On this screen, we will look at a sample student by the name of Shannon Aguilera Gonzalez. Looking at the Matched Fields column, we can see that her first name, date of birth, and city match what was submitted by the school. This means that her last name is not matched. When using this screen, it is important to remember that you are trying to match the GPA to the application, not the other way around. Therefore, you will submit your query using the information submitted with the GPA record. The main reason that results do not populate, even for students with completed and fully submitted applications, is in how the data is entered during the query. Follow these tips for a successful query. Don't forget to have a printout of the GPA matching and editing reference guide handy. Remember, on our query, we entered the first 3 letters of the student's first name, SHA, the date of birth, October 26, 1998, and we omitted the last name. These student records will populate based on our search criteria. While the school code is used during the query, the results that populate are not contained to just your students. All results matching student demographic will populate from all high schools. You can locate and click on your student to open up that record. The next screen will offer potential matches, also based upon this same search criteria. The screen now displays your GPA in the green column on the left and any FAFSA or DREAM Act application records that match your query from your school or other schools will appear in the white columns to the right. Once you have confirmed that the financial aid record being displayed is indeed your student, simply select the Match Radio button, followed by Submit Change, and then click OK on the pop-up window to submit the data and link the 2 records. At the top of the screen, you will see confirmation of your matched record, and your student's name now appears in green, indicating a matched record. You have now linked the GPA to the application, and you've now helped the student receive a Cal Grant consideration. There will be times when you receive various error messages that state no ICER data found for the selection criteria, no non-SSN data found for selection criteria, or more than 3 ICER records found. The reasons for these error messages could possibly be that an application was not submitted, or the application requires additional steps such as a missing parent signature, the application was submitted within the last 10 days and has not yet loaded into our system, or the match was attempted before editing the GPA. You can try modifying your search criteria and attempt to return different results. If you are still not having any luck locating your student's GPA, and you have seen the Student Aid Report or SAR and confirmed that the application was fully submitted, please contact CSAC School Support. We will do our best to help you resolve the error. Now that you have seen how to match GPAs to financial aid applications, let's see how editing GPAs can assist the matching process. Please note that while GPA matching continues through September, the edit functionality is typically only available through April. However, it is best practice to match GPAs while the edit screen is still available, as it makes the matching process easier and more effective. If you are matching GPAs after the edit screen has already closed, the matching process is the same. You will simply omit the GPA editing step and go straight to the Match Non-SSN GPA to Financial Application screen instead. Please review the GPA Matching and Editing Reference Guide for guidance. Going back to our same student, Shannon Aguilera Gonzalez, remember that the non-SSN GPA status report showed that her first name, date of birth, and city matched what was submitted by the school, which means that her last name and zip code do not match. The next step is to contact the student to retrieve her student aid report online. In reviewing the student's SAR, you notice that she submitted her FAFSA with just one of her 2 names, Aguilera versus Aguilera Gonzalez. The discrepancy between student names on the GPA and the financial aid application is the reason these records did not automatically match. Using the Edit GPA function, you can overwrite the GPA data that was previously uploaded to mirror her SAR and then reattempt your match. Let's take a look on the next slide. Just like the search fields we used on the non-SSN GPA to Fin app match, we will query in the same manner using the first 3 letters of the student's first name, date of birth, and school ID. You can omit the last name to expand search results. Then click Search and select your student's name to open up her GPA record. When the GPA Edit screen opens, we will edit all fields to mirror the SAR. In reviewing the SAR, we notice a few different data fields, not just the last name, that differ between the GPA and the FAFSA. Her last name, Aguilera versus Aguilera Gonzalez, the missing apartment number, and an incorrect zip code. We can edit those 3 fields to mirror the SAR so that our GPA data is an exact match to the student's application. Click Submit, followed by OK to save the changes. A pop-up confirmation will appear at the top of the screen. The final step is to reattempt the match. Just like we saw earlier, the screen displays our newly edited GPA in the green column on the left, but because we matched all fields between the 2 records exactly, this time only one FAFSA or DREAM Act application record was found, our student. Select the Match Radio button, submit changes, and click OK on the pop-up confirmation window to link the 2 records. You will see the confirmation message at the top of the screen, and your student's name now appears in green, indicating a matched record. That's it! You've now linked the GPA to the application, so your student will be considered for a Cal Grant. Let's go over some best practices to help your students. You can review the Non-SSN GPA status report weekly and use it as a tool to help with outreach. With Unmatched GPAs, you'll want to obtain the Student Aid Report for editing and matching. The matching functionality does remain available beyond March 2nd. If a student does not have an application, you can remind students to submit their FAFSA or DREAM Act application before the deadline. Even if students miss the Cal Grant deadline, they should still submit their application for consideration of other types of financial aid. You can remind students to confirm that applications are complete and that the parent has signed with a PIN signature or FSA ID for any dependent students. They will also want to create their WebGrants for Students account to monitor and claim their awards. If needed, they can attend a local free Cash for College workshop for assistance with completing their financial aid application or their Chafee Grant application. Now we will talk about WebGrants for Students, the portal that students must create to claim their Cal Grant award. Once a student has submitted their financial aid application, the next step they should take is to create a WebGrants for Students account. This can be created 7 to 10 days after their application was submitted and fully processed. The WebGrants for Students portal enables students to track the status of their application, confirm that their GPA was received, check for any pending requirements that could hold up application processing, report a school change or leave of absence, or update their contact information. After awarding, they can use this account to complete the high school graduation verification and the College of Attendance certification that will need to be completed before their award is released from hold. Please remember that if your student is awarded a Cal Grant, failing to create a WebGrants for Students account and fulfilling any pending requirements may hold up their Cal Grant payment at their college. The updated student portal uses colored tiles to alert students of pending requirements and to confirm the reported school of attendance or report a school change. It also displays their annual award amount and remaining years of eligibility. A great way to assist students is to teach them to become their own financial aid advocates. Students should ensure that their GPA was received, fulfill any pending requirements, claim their Cal Grant award, self-certify their high school graduation, and report a school change or leave of absence. Please engage with us on social media where we post important updates and deadlines for students and schools. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please contact school support by phone or email.